Hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh, wow, what a day. I'm so glad it is, well, the work day is over. Headed to work out now, and it is nice outside, actually, for once. Blue skies, sunny outside. 3:34 Central Standard Time, 3:34 p.m. Central Standard Time. Woo! 70 degrees outside. Not bad, not bad. Now it's time to go get our workout in. So that's what's next. So on here, I wanted to sound off real quick. Now I don't know why, but I put my bag in the back and it has my notes in there that I've taken through the day. But I'll try to articulate what I do remember. No, I will articulate what I do remember. How about that? Let me set the mood in the room. It is warm in here. You have the windows up so that you don't have to hear all the sound of the wind. So put the AC on a little bit. So I had an interesting thought, go figure. And that is the role of a character or personality in a play or what have you, right? So here's what I came up with. The story or plot or whatever animates the character or characters in the play, so that the characters can portray the story. Are you picking up what I just put down? Ooh, it is hot. It is hot. Let me say that once again. The story animates, remember animates comes from Latin anima, not enema, anima. All right, which means to bring to life or to give life to breathe into, to animate. So that's what the story does. Think of, what are the childhood stories we grew up with? Winnie the Pooh, Tom and Jerry. Those are characters, right? Howbeit fictional characters, cartoons. The story animates those characters. In other words, without the story, those characters don't exist. All right? And so, again, the story animates or gives life to the characters. And then in turn, what do the characters do? The characters portray the story according to the script, right? So that the story comes to life. And the better off, or better, the actor or actress is, the better the story is portrayed. Okay, makes sense? So it is for, let's say, a real world application, let's say citizens of the United States. Okay? There is a story of the United States. All right? There is a history. How about we put it that way? Okay? And that history in this case, the United States, gives life to the character that you play in society, the role that you play in society. What is the purpose of giving life to the particular role that you play in the United States citizenry? What is the purpose? Whoops. Let me ask a different way. What's a state without citizens? That's a very bumpy road. What is a state? What is a government without any citizens? It's obsolete, right? It doesn't exist without the citizens. The citizens pledge their full faith and credit in their particular nation state, and that's what brings it to life. So again, going back to the words that the quote, as it were, that I put together today, the story gives life to the character for the same purpose that the state gives life to its citizens. The citizen is acting in a role, a particular role in the society. You have doctors, you have firemen, you have policemen and women, you have did I say firemen already? Firefighters. All these different roles in society, lawyers, attorneys, tradesmen, electricians, and what have you, all these different roles. Now, in other words, these roles wouldn't exist per se in a particular state unless the state itself exists, right? Because these are merely domestic titles within a state. Such another example of a domestic title is husband, wife, marriage. These are all domestic relation. They're called domestic relation titles. Okay? They are titles of state. Titles, and in fact, you could look in your state statutes and find definitions for these various titles of state, these domestic relation titles, right? The law, the statutes as written, are not going to necessarily mention you by name. They're going to say, any person, or the husband, or the wife, or some other domestic relation title. They're not going to name you by name because these are titles under the state. Okay? They even define, for instance, what an automobile is in accordance with the state statute. An automobile shall mean X. If you ever read your state statutes or codes or ordinances, you'll see exactly what it is I am articulating. So, once more, the story animates and brings to life the various characters and personalities so that those characters and personalities may portray big bump the story or the history. Why is this important? Well, think of all the happenings to date involved in your life, both negatives and the positives, no matter what, right? It's almost a question in my mind of what came first, the chicken or the egg. We all have a story, and we all have his story. Well, in accordance with my aforementioned assertion, that story, your history, becomes that which gives life to your particular character and personality today in your reality, or in this universe, or in your universe, I should say. We talked about the mind, the body, and the soul. More specifically, we talked about what the mind is and how it is the storage space, if you will, for all of your experiences had by your sensory system. Or better stated, all of your perceptibility had through your senses, the 5 senses that you experience, that you have. All of those experiences, those sensory experiences, being stored in the mind. And so I said previously that we are the sum total of all of our experiences. How your mom acted, whether good or bad, or positive or negative. How your dad acted, whether positive or negative. How your uncle acted, whether positive or negative. How your grandparents acted, whether positive or negative. Like it or not, you are made up of many fragmented pieces of all people, including your school teachers, anybody that had influence in your life or that was influential at any point in time in your life. You've adapted, you've co-opted pieces of them, you hold, things dear, and even the things that you hate. You might even had a bully, might have even had a bully that really treated you terribly growing up. And you might even find that you even have some of those characteristics, or have some of his or her characteristics or personality traits that you have taken on because you perceived it as a type of strength. You wanted that. You coveted after that strength that bully exuded. That popularity, whether by fear or by respect or what have you. And so again, we have become the sum total. All of those experiences, relationships, and people are who we are made of today. It formed our core beliefs, it formed parts of our personality, and it formed a lot of our character. And so, once again, your story, your history, your experiences animate your character and personality today. And likewise, your personality and character that you have today portrays your story or history. I really like the way that goes. It explains a lot, potentially in few words. Really, it does. If you can wrap your head around what I'm saying. Now, lastly, and in closing, I want you to recall and remember, I actually covered this topic maybe a week or so ago. You'll have to do your digging, fact checking on that, but I did cover this. Let me see here. I did cover it. It'll come back to me, but I know I did cover it. Yeah, but that's it, and that's really all. It's not super or extremely complicated, but it just rings true. We know, people tend, to follow after their history or their past. I mean, people ask, even medically, what kind of medical history do you have? They're looking into your past to see, or to potentially know what the future might hold, because of the habit, or being creatures of habit. If diabetes runs rampant in your family, then it's probably because you all are eating the same foods, right? How grandma cooked, mama cooks. And how mama cooks, you cook. And how you cook, your children may end up cooking. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a history of diabetes in your family, somebody better break that generational curse through what you're eating. Does that make sense? And stop just believing that it's hereditary. It's not hereditary from the standpoint of nothing can be done about it. It's hopeless. It's in your blood. No, it's in your food. It's in your diet. I mean, ding dong. But I just want to put that on your mind today. Challenge you to think about that. Interested to hear what you might have to say about that. But I thought that was great, and I'm coining that. I've got it written down. I took a picture of it and dated it and time and all that. So it's mine. And here it is one more time for you. I think it's great. And I'm going to delve deeper into it. I just try and do what I can at work while I'm jotting things down. You know how the notes, and I'm doing better about making sure I keep all my notes in one notebook. So I am making progress in that way. But here it is again. The story, all right, the story animates. Animates means to breathe into, give life to, birth or what have you, right? Animates, or, animates the personality of your character, okay? The story animates your personality, your character, and your character and personality portrays the story. Okay? Where you come from is going to come out. It's going to, come right through your pores. All right? We know who you are, in other words. You know what I'm saying? If somebody knows mama and they know you as her child, they'd be like, yep, there's mama. There's his mama right there. Or, they see your dad's traits, come through you. Attitude, anger issues, whatever. Drinking, alcohol, whatever. There go dad. That's how dad act. You know what I mean? I know we hate that, right? People tell you just like your mama, you're just like your daddy. But it is what it is. And so your personality and character traits are going to tell your story, is the point. All right, with that being said, 18 minutes. And hope this you find value in what was just stated and what was shared today. I'm going to develop this more because I'm very intrigued by this. It's very interesting. All right. So with that being said, make it a great day, and we'll see you on the next upload. It's Manifestation Day number 30. I got to get better at this, y'all. I think it's 38, I want to say. It's 38. I'm going to get on this. I assure you, this weekend, I'm going to clean up my act. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to get more organized. I got plans. I got to put it into action, though. And, I got to get back to meditating. I haven't been meditating much. I mean, I've been doing meditation, but there's, a difference between, solitude, quiet, breathing, music, or something soft. There's a difference between what I do at work. Sometimes I sit there and I've been doing, I will say, I've been doing the circular breathing. Remember I showed you that? So hold one nostril, breathe in, and then plug that one, and breathe out, and then breathe in, and then breathe out, and keep that going. I'm able to do that maybe 6-7 times. You're gonna feel something. It's kind of scary it was for a little bit, and I'm still getting used to it. But it's almost like, how do you explain it? It's like a dizzy feeling. I'm not hyperventilating, but I just don't think we're used to breathing out of both sides of our nostrils or circular breathing. I don't think we're used to that. You might think, like right now, if I take a deep breath in through my nostrils, I hadn't even noticed that one of my nostrils is plugged. The body is so adaptive. It just adapts to a certain situation. If it feels like there's nothing I can do about it, it'll just adapt, and it'll reroute and learn new habits and new traits. Remember, it'll build new synapse in the mind, in the brain, I should say. New connection, new nerve connections, and all that kind of stuff. So that's a lesson all in itself. Perhaps we'll cover that. Be careful what you're teaching your body. Just like you ever had an injury to like your foot or something like that, and you favor it, right? And then maybe a month or 2-3 months later, that pain, that sprained ankle or whatever will go away, but you'll suffer something on this side of your body, a pain or something. It'll be like, man, what happened? I didn't even do anything. And you'll forget that you've been favoring that foot, that sprained ankle, for so long that you were throwing something else off on your other side of your body, right? So be careful what you teach yourself is the point. So if you're not breathing right, this is good. Hey, use the circular breathing. Make sure you're breathing out of both sides of your nostril, out of your sinus, because sometimes it'll be stuffed. Mine have been stuffed for so long. So it was just the universe that sent this circular breathing along, man. Because my body will just get used to being plugged on this side. I would never even know it unless I went to like a nasal doctor or something like that, and they'd be like, "Oh, you've been plugged probably for years. You done taught your brain new neural pathways have been created that say, okay, we don't need the right side of the nostril anymore. Let's just survive with the left." And that won't be very good at all. That won't be very good at all. Okay? So where that came from, somebody needed to hear it. So if it helps you, if you appreciate this information, why don't you do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and also like and subscribe, and then share it with somebody you care about. This is hopefully all positive information, and hopefully it's helping. That's all I need to know, is that it's helping, that I'm doing the right thing here by helping my kinfolk. All right? So anyways, make it a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Now 22 minutes. It's your fault. I'm just playing. Talk to you soon. Peace. Bye.